Okay, so if you have thought about buying a home in Queen Creek, Arizona, then you have undoubtedly come across a plethora of videos on Barney Farms by Fulton Homes. But don't go anywhere because I'm telling you, I'm going to give you information that you have not heard or seen about this community. Also, because there hasn't been one done recently, and I have some really updated information for you. So don't go anywhere. Let's start with, first of all, where is Queen Creek, Arizona? Now, Queen Creek used to be all farming, like more, not even really farming, a lot of horse properties, a lot of large parcels of land, etc. And as the Southeast Valley in the greater Phoenix area became bigger and bigger and bigger because it is now known as Silicon Desert, just the need for housing just continues to grow, grow, grow. Now, here's the other thing about Queen Creek. Back in like 2020, 2021, we saw a lot of people, especially with COVID, that they were like, I want to build large custom homes on acre parcels. And instead of putting that money in Scottsdale or where it was really pricey, they came on down to Queen Creek. And I'll tell you, when you look at the median price of Queen Creek, it can be very skewed because there is a lot of $1 million plus, I mean, multi-million dollar, absolutely gorgeous farmhouse sprawled out on full acre lots in the town of Queen Creek. And the median income in Queen Creek is higher than Chandler and Gilbert and Mesa, which is where the technology, the defense industry, where all these employment hubs are, the higher executives live in the Queen Creek area. So this is a very coveted area. Queen Creek, I'll tell you, does not disappoint. Whether you are talking about proximity to employment, if you're talking about proximity to shopping, to dining, to that rural kind of laid back chill, whether you're thinking luxury or affordable, we are talking some of the best schools. This is what I mean by you just got to give these newer communities time to build their education system. So Queen Creek 20 years ago was, like I said, a little podunk country town. Hardly at all anybody wanted to even live there. And now it is just this flourishing company. It's this flourishing town with over 75,000 people. They are building their downtown right now, but already have a ton of shopping. Everything from Target to Walmart. They just got their first Nordstrom rack. There's a Costco, there's Sprouts, there's Safeways, there's Fry's, there's all kinds of shopping. My point is, it is just exploding into a very, very new, complete, full city. It is so charming too. And again, when we're talking about employment, you know what else is going in Queen Creek is LG Energy. So we are going to be seeing property values and demand shoot up as that facility opens up. It's supposed to be home to more than 3,000 more high-paying jobs. Now, back to what I'm getting at, and that is Barney Farms. First, I want to talk about the builder. Many of you, if you don't live in Arizona, probably have never heard of Fulton Homes. Well, let me tell you, I have. Fulton is a family name. It's a family builder here in the Phoenix metropolitan area. They've been building for over 40 years. Now, I've been selling real estate for 20. One of the most renowned communities that they have built is in Chandler, where I call home. The first one is called Fulton Ranch. Now, one of the other communities they built is called the Islands. And the Fulton family built this community because that's where they wanted to call home. This particular builder really steps up when it comes to master plan communities. Barney Farms is all Fulton Homes. And before they started building out here, they thought, what could we really do to make this the most amazing master plan community? And I really feel it's still too early to even see what it's going to look like because they've only been building on it for a couple of years and it's still not done. It's still got so much to grow. But let's talk about what Barney Farms will eventually, and for the most part, has at least the common areas taken care of. You see these lakes and they're just absolutely breathtaking. So whether you're walking around them on them or you're on a bicycle, walking your dog, you can also kayak on them. And for me, I love paddleboarding. So I love that. And they also are, it's a fish lake. Did I say that right? Yeah. So it's the catch and release. There you go. It's a catch and release. kind of lake. And there's several lakes, by the way, too. And this is reclaimed water for those of you who won't put comments in my message below saying, oh, the water. This is all reclaimed water, and that's also what they water their grass with. Oh, what a brilliant idea, right? They also have pickleball courts, they have tennis courts, they have basketball courts. I have to remember all the different things. They have the most amazing community center that you can also rent out for events and parties and barbecues. They have a ginormous community pool, and there's different areas. If you want to bring your kids, you have the splash pad or the adult area where it's a little bit quieter, but it's a great common area social gathering. And they have the most amazing, I'm just going to call it jungle gym because it's a little bit of everything. There's all kinds of climbing structures. There's even a zip line thing in there. And there's like tarps on top. So even in the warmer days, at least in the mornings, you're going to find kids playing on this. And by the way, if you're wondering why my videos don't ever have people walking around or kids walking, because I do all my filming during the day when everybody is at work or at school or whatever, because believe it or not, people don't like being in videos. Now, here's some of the things that I want to focus on in reference to Barney Farms, and that is the cost. Now, when you have a community that has all of these amenities, someone has to pay for it. Nobody ever talks about this, right? So I'm going to break it down for you, not only for this community, but if you are looking at other communities, these are good questions to ask. So I think everyone is familiar with what an HOA fee is. Now, one of the things I noticed, because I did a little research before I did this video to find out what else was on YouTube, that they've already raised their HOA price. So just be aware that, again, when you are in a large master plan community like this, where there's so many moving parts, fees can change. And obviously, well, I shouldn't say obviously. So a year ago, the HOA fees per month were $155, and today it's $165. So I'm not sure what the CC&R say as far as what they can raise on their HOA, but that's a pretty big jump in 1 year. The other thing that they are doing to collect money are two parts, and I want you to, again, write this down. I'm teaching you how to buy new construction, but this is also why you have to give us a call, because this is all what we got in our head. We do this all the time. We are the #1 relocation team in the greater Phoenix area. So you just got to give us a call, because believe it or not, even with the changes going on, the builders are paying commissions for the buyer agents. Give us a call. We'll talk more about that. The additional fees with the HOA. So they are collecting money also in another form. And that is, the first one is called a capital improvement fee. The capital improvement fee for this particular community is $330 per buyer. So every buyer that buys into this community, so at some point it'll be over a couple thousand, that's a lot of money to collect, right? Even at $330 each. The other thing that they are charging for, this is so boring, right? But it's important, guys. You got to know this information, and don't go anywhere, because I'm going to be breaking down a lot more the numbers. And it's not just about Barney Farms. This is the info you got to know when you're buying new construction. So back to what I was saying. The other thing is, builders call it different things. This particular builder is going to be calling it a transfer fee. What exactly does that mean? They're transferring, they're charging you to transfer it from the HOA in this scenario. The builder is still in charge of the HOA to the buyer. And that fee today, at the time of this video, is $1,470.
Are you crazy?
So that's just shy of $1,500. So between that capital improvement fee and the transfer fee, you're talking pretty close to $2,000. So know that that's due up front when you're buying the property. And then when you go to sell the property, know that that could be a hindrance for buyers buying the property. So again, something to consider. We love to have these numbers conversation with you, because I'm telling you, I'm a numbers girl. Let's move on to a little bit of the next big part. I call it trickery. And that is base price trickery.
You will see no trickery. No trickery is employed.
We're going to talk about why Fulton, although they have some trickery, it's not as big as many of the other builders. And the reason I'm saying that is, think of buying new construction kind of like a la carte. when you would go to a fancy steakhouse and you're like, yeah, look at that ribeye. It's only 75 bucks. I'll take the ribeye. What sides does that come with? And then they're like, there are no sides, but you can add on. Get my point?
You're a rip-off merchant.
Most Fulton home buyers, and they kind of go in two buckets. The first bucket is going to be first-time home buyers or younger home buyers that might be a move-up home. You're going to be spending probably about 10 to 15% because you're probably going to have a more budget mind. You're going to be like wanting to not spend overly craziness, right? You're going to, in a Fulton home, you'll be able to get into a home for 10 to 15% over the base price. That's a win, guys, because most builders, like I said, 20 to 25%. Now, here's the other part. If you're a move down buyer, if you are a more mature buyer, that would be my box. If I was moving from a bigger home and I wanted to just have a smaller, newer home in a quiet community, this is ideal. You're going to probably spend 15 to 20%. Now, you're probably thinking why? Well, you know why? Because we're moving down. We probably have a lot more cash or available that we can cover in upgrades. And we're used to a certain standard of life. Or if we didn't have it before, we want it now. We're going to have a smaller home, but we want way more upgrades. If you ever are bored and you want to look at fun stuff about real estate that's not really about real estate, there's an Instagram guy called Cy Inspections. CY. I just gave him a huge plug. He's already bigger than I am, so he doesn't need my plug. But his Instagram is hilarious. He is an inspector and he goes by all these homes. It's going to blow you away why you have to work with professionals. And I'll tell you, if I don't care how many of his posts you go through, he's never been to a Fulton home community. Just saying. Let's take a real quick break on all this boring stuff, although I don't think it's boring. Let's take a look at one of the models. I love this single level. This is an ideal floor plan for, I think, kind of a move down buyer, somebody that has maybe one child still at home and you need a guest room or maybe an office or two guest rooms or anyways, editor, let's show them what I'm talking about. It's a beautiful home. Model, I think, is extremely affordable for everything that Fulton includes with it. Guess what the base price is? Are you ready? It's in the fives, in the mid fives. And even if you add 10 to 15% on that, you're still going to be under $600,000 for the home. Again, you want to be careful about some of these lot premiums. Even the smaller lots come with lot premiums as much as $60,000. So you're definitely going to want to give us a call so we can kind of price shop for you before you go on down there with us. So we're going to go and take a look at another series now. This one is lower priced so that we can add on the loft for $100,000. So this is going to put us in a little over 600, mid 600,000 plus that 100,000. So we're going to be finishing at about 700,000 for the base price of the home. And then we have to add on the design as well as lot premiums. Let's take a look at these. Let me know what you think, because the hallways in this one, although it's the same floor plan, they're trying to put more in the same square footage on the first level. I don't know if that makes sense. Check it out. Let's see what you think. See the difference between laminate flooring versus tile, the way they finish the edge. And again, all the bedrooms come with carpeting. Okay, this last model, this is part of the Fields collection, and this is going to be their luxury line. The base prices are going to start in the mid to high 800s. And if you want that second level, again, all of their homes, they offer the option from a single story to a 2-story, but they're calling it a loft. It's just really interesting because it's not really a true two. It's a loft with either 1 or 2 bedrooms and a bathroom upstairs. Now, this particular series has a little bit bigger price tag for that second level loft edition, coming in at $145,000. So again, the base price without the design elements, it's going to be right at $1 million. This is what I'm used to for a Fulton home. Luxury. Really nice size rooms. Those are real hardwood floors, but I'm not sure I care for the carpet. What do you guys think? Oh, this is a nice little hall bath also. So this side of the house has a full bath over there and right there. not a full kitchen because as you can see, the burner, this is all also probably extra upgrades. So you can choose to either have it in here or not. Now, one of the great things about Barney Farms is the entire community, all the homes come with natural gas. We haven't seen that with builders for literally decades. That is something that's being offered by the majority of builders. But just to let you know, if you want gas appliances, it's not an extra cost at Fulton. Here's the other thing. EV ready electrical outlet in the garage. Not a huge price on a different builder, but if you have an EV car, you're going to love having that already there. That's included in the price. Here's the other thing. The HVAC system that they are offering has a 10-year warranty. Most manufacturer warranties are 5 years for parts and 10 years for parts, 5 years for labor. This is a full 10 years. Now I realize that's a manufacturer, but it's also because they're using top-notch materials. Here's the other thing. This builder is including a tankless water heater. Yay, more space in your garage. Yes. Oh my gosh, you're going to love it. And that's not an upgrade. It comes inclusive in the home. If you go to other communities, more national builders, that's what everybody's so used to. You have to pay extra for those coach lights. And what are the coach lights? Those are the 2 lights that are on the side of the garage when you're driving in that they either turn on or they've been on in the evening. One of the things, again, that they'll point out is that when they are painting the stucco, we use stucco here. I know that's so weird. We don't use siding and we don't use wood. We use stucco. Why? Because it's just more conducive to our elements, our water and our heat and our sun. And they also do allow for small cracks. And because we have very expansive soil. Anyways, I don't want to get into the whole thing there. The point of it is painting the stucco. You don't want to be painting your home every 3 to 5 years. You want a good quality paint. Well, this particular builder not only primes the stucco before they paint it, but they also do a technique called back rolled. And I know that that seems trivial to you, but let me tell you, if you buy from some of the cheaper builders that are trying to move homes quickly, you're going to be spending $3,000 to $5,000 in less than 10 years to paint your home. Paying a little bit more for the base price, because I have to say Fulton seems a little bit expensive, but when you understand what's included, that's what completely blows you away. All right, here is the entire greater Phoenix map. You can see they have communities all over the Phoenix area. We're going to go straight on out here to Barney Farms, which is where we're talking about today. And this is an interactive map. It's super cool, by the way, not just privy to me. But it shows you what the lot sizes are and the proximity to some of those community desirability, amenities, etc. So here's the main play area, the pool, the clubhouse, and then you can see that there are the lakes, and then there's going to be all kinds of lots that are going to be still open. But these lots are open and these lots are open by the water, and everybody just gets so excited. They're like, oh, I'm going to get this one right here. Let's just zoom in for a little bit. I would love to take a vote right here, but unfortunately this isn't a live video. But this particular lot, oh wait, this particular lot or this particular lot. Are you ready? Don't fall out of your chair. Are you ready? Those lots right there, over $200,000 lot premium. I don't even know what to say to that. But the salesperson was telling my client, who lived in Oahu, literally on a mountain with the water view, that they were selling water view lakefront property. She giggled. This is the waterfront we have in Arizona. I suppose it's definitely worth more than zero, but I don't know about 200,000. But what I was going to say is, the one great thing again about Fulton, there's not one. The one of 50,000, no, I'm just kidding. The one of many great things about Fulton, almost everyone that works for Fulton has been with them for like over 20 years. In fact, all the salespeople are all my age or older. All the people that work for Fulton, the average employee works there 16 years. They are salaried employees versus the commission. And I'll tell you, when you go again to some of these other builders, you see these younger, not as experienced, at least not as tenured, that maybe don't necessarily know as much about building new homes, and they're moving around from builder to builder to builder. It's not like that at Fulton. These are the same people you're going to see working in that sales office until this community is closed out, which I'm going to say is going to be about 10 years. So you don't have to run in and hurry and get it today. I don't feel like they're offering sales, or that's just not their shtick. They're not one of those hurry up and offer these crazy discounts kind of builders. They're about people that want to be around and want the builder to be around, and quality home for the next 20, 30, 50 years. Next section I'm going to get to, I'm going to talk to you about maybe why newer might work for you. So you're going to have to do window coverings. And again, there's a new comeback with different types of blinds, kind of more the fabric, that are on electric. I can't even think what the words are called. Needless to say, they're going back to those type of window coverings, including shutters. Shutters really kind of make a statement. And here's another thing that they include, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know of any other builder that does this. They include 36-inch upper cabinets in the laundry rooms. That comes standard in this line. I've never seen it. That's a couple $1,000s. Again, people don't, it's more than a couple, but people don't realize, again, all those inclusions. Some of the things that you're going to be upgrading, you're probably thinking, well, what would I spend money on if all of these things are included? Well, I'll tell you. Are you ready? Number one, all the bathrooms. All your bathrooms come with cultured marble. Wah, wah, wah. They might look real pretty at first, but I'll be honest with you, in a matter of, I don't know, 10, 15 years, they're going to start yellowing. They're not real pretty. Also, like the mirrors, the lights in the home, the glass doors, or even just the tile instead of the fiberglass around all the showers, the tubs, etc. All of that is more money. Different types of faucets, upgraded faucets. We're also talking higher quality vanities. We're talking maybe even the taller vanities. We're talking maybe granite, quartz, whatever your choice is. Kitchen, you're going to want, well, not you're going to want, but a lot of people want upgraded appliances. They can go, I mean, quite a bit. You can get a single wall oven. You might have a 2-wall oven. I don't know if I said that right. I think I did, etc. You see my point? So this is where, when people think that they're not going to need to spend more than 10 or 15%, that's when you get to the design center and you're going, oh, I really wanted quartz or different granite. Almost everyone upgrades cabinets in the kitchen and the granite. So again, this is the stuff that starts adding up. Sliding doors. Like some of the, you know, builders, they show like these massive sliding doors. Well, the standard 6-foot one is the one that comes with the home. We also are talking bathroom vanities. That gets really expensive, upgrading absolutely every single, like it's almost like a $10,000 for each bathroom to really do it nice. We're also talking fireplaces do not come as a standard inclusion. Same with the entertainment centers and niches, which I'll be honest with you, those are not really in style anymore. But they're doing that with a lot with the cabinets, and that's what I'm talking about. Here's another thing: the softer textured walls and the square instead of the rounded. Although the rounded aren't as big as they used to be, they're still rounded. So if you're looking for that modern look and you want the square edge, it's an extra. It's an extra. I want to say one of the builders, I recall it being about a $1,400 upcharge, which again, when you're like, oh, that's nothing, but it's literally every single thing you keep adding that's 1,400, 1,400, 3,000, 5,000. Next thing you know, you're like, how did I get here?
This is a disaster. Calm down, man.
These homes will be pre-plumbed for RO and water softeners. They don't come with it, but you can pay for it through them, or you could do it afterwards. I would say only about 50% of the homes in Phoenix Metro have water softeners. I know that's crazy, mind blowing, because we have very hard water here. And so everybody assumes we all have it. We don't. I don't have it because I don't like that slimy feel on my skin. But if you do it after you close, you're talking $1,400 to $3,000. If you do it through the builder, it's probably closer to 3,000. So as you can see, you start adding up. And again, that's where you have to give us a call, because some people are like, well, if I start here, how do I know where I'm going to finish? This is why you have to give us a call. Shoot us a text, send us an email. Days, nights, or weekends, we got you back when moving to Phoenix, Arizona. And when you are buying new construction, you need representation. Call us today. We'll set up a Zoom call, and we cannot wait to help you make that purchase. All right. See y'all soon. Bye.